Bridget. How are you doing today?
I'm okay today, actually. How are you?
I'm doing well. Thank you so much for asking. What's going good for you right now?
Well, even though that I still feel a little burnt out, there is some light at the end of the tunnel. I got 2 more weeks of this semester and then I get a week off. And then I go
Hmm.
on vacation after that.
Nice.
Even though
Nice.
it's the first week of the next semester, I'm going to be on the beach. And you know what? Let me do homework on the beach. I'm okay with that.
Okay. Okay. So, um, before we get to that break, do you have things to do like with school, before I'm guessing like finals week and whatnot?
Yes, I do. Oh
Mm-hmm.
my goodness, I do. Um, I am a little bit behind on assignments. Um,
Mm-hmm.
due to just I don't know what, to be honest. But I'm getting them. I'm getting them done.
Okay.
If they take points off, at least I still get some points for turning them in. I'm at that point right now.
Mhm.
Points are points at this point. But I mean, that's where the overwhelmness comes in. Because when I feel behind, like I set my standards really high for myself, and if I don't meet those standards, I beat myself up pretty hard. Still, I don't think that'll ever go away until I just don't think that'll ever go away.
Mhm.
Um, I can maintain it, but it won't never go away. So like with me getting behind, I don't necessarily feel like a failure, but I do feel overwhelmed because I have all this work to do in a short amount of time to do it.
Okay. So it sounds like you are feeling a lot of stress and pressure from school.
Yeah.
Okay. And but it also sounds like, you're looking forward to having a break and taking some time for yourself.
Yeah, and I'm also looking forward to the new sets of classes too, because
Mm-hmm.
I like to learn new things, and I'm the more the the longer that I'm in school, like the more like eager I am to learn to get new classes.
Mm-hmm. Um, I wanted to circle back a little bit. You said that you're kind of hard on yourself.
Mhm.
Why do you think that you're so hard on yourself, like when it comes to school?
I think it stems from childhood, to be honest with you. Like I'm the oldest, and like yeah, like my biological father has a couple degrees, but he hasn't done anything with them. So like I consider myself the first one to actually go to college and do something with them. And
Mm-hmm.
like and if I feel like I don't follow my standard, like my set standard, I get disappointed in myself,
Mm-hmm.
even though that like everybody else around me is like, "Hey, you're doing a good job. Keep it up," but to me it's like I'm behind. Like I shouldn't be behind. Like you know, uh, I should be focusing on what I need to do for this week instead of last week's stuff and this week's stuff, you know. But there were some factors in my life that I got behind, and it was just something that I was out of my hands.
Mm-hmm. First of all, I wanted to say thank you for sharing that with me. I know it can be difficult, reflecting back on some of those like painful memories. So I really appreciate you sharing that with me. Um, and then going back to you say that you are making progress with school. Um can we talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, like I got some really good marks on my last video that I made for one of my classes that made me feel really super good. And it made me feel like the path I picked is the right one. Because at first
Mm-hmm.
I was a little like, is this right? Is this what I really want to do? Am I gonna be good at it? Is that something, there was all those thoughts spiraling through my head, and but after her feedback, my professor's feedback, it made me feel like I was in the right place. And it made me feel really, really, really good.
So, I guess with talking about progress and kind of just getting a feel for where we're at with counseling, um, it, you might know that I am a counselor in training, and we're not completely done with our sessions, but we're getting close to when I'm gonna graduate, and I will no longer be your counselor. So I wanted to ask this question, and it's kind of just a question that helps me assess, our progress. But would you be okay if I ask kind of a question relating to our progress with counseling?
Oh yeah.
All right. So the question is, how would you know that you are ready to be done with counseling?
That's a good question. Like, I honestly feel like I may never be done with counseling.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Due to the fact that one, I'm getting into counseling, so I feel like that can be stressful because we talk about transference and countertransference and that stuff like that. And I feel like I need a safe outlet to talk to somebody that understands, what I go through and compassion fatigue and things like that. Um, Will it be manageable? Will my symptoms of depression and anxiety be manageable going forward? Yeah, maybe so. Um, but again, I think my baseline for now is like not necessarily getting out of counseling.
Okay. So, um, if you were to rate yourself on, um, like one being like, feelings of depression, anxiety,
Hmm.
are and burnout kind of being like at the worst being a number one,
Hmm.
and then 10 being like completely gone and feeling like the best, like those issues don't exist. Um, what would you rate yourself at right now?
Right now, I would rate myself about a 5.5. Because
Okay.
there could still be some improvement. Clearly, because it's the last 2 weeks of the semester, they always try to, cram everything in at last minute. Um,
Mm-hmm.
but I know that when we started, though, I was definitely at like a 2.
Okay.
So I definitely was worse off and more agitated with things versus
Mm-hmm.
now. I feel more calm and collected about it.
Okay. What would it take to get to, you said, I apologize. Did you say what was the number again for right now? It was a 5, you said?
Yeah, I was about a 5. Yeah.
Okay. What would it take to get you to like a 7?
I feel like implementing more self-care um,
Mm-hmm.
would definitely help me out more. I definitely need some more, um, you know, help with that. Um,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, and I think that like Um, yeah, that's the main thing, self-care.
Okay. So with, with me eventually leaving as your counselor, would you be willing to sign a release of information so I can at least update the next counselor, like your counselor for after we're done? Um, and then we can and then you don't have to exactly like start from square one.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll sign one.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
That'll be good for, you know, um communication aspect. And so is there anything else you would like to discuss before we end our session today?
I don't think so.
Alrighty. Well, I will see you again in 2 weeks, and I hope you have a good rest of your day.
You too. Thank you.
Thank you.
Mm.
Okay.
Hi.
Hello. For this session, you did really good with your nodding, your minimal verbal encouragers. You did a lot of the mm-hms. Um, so like all of that like has been improving a lot. I also like that you circled it back after a little bit of like Bridget talking to like her original statement of her being like really hard on herself and feeling overwhelmed, but not quite a failure, just overwhelmed. Like, I'm glad that you did circle back to that. And then the way that you tied in how she's been making progress from like the first session till now, like you did that very fluidly. Um, and then I also like that you did state that like you were the counselor in training and that this was coming to an end. So like inside of the session, you did like that was a good way to state it. And then your sliding scale, it to me it felt like you were like unsure how you were like trying to ask it.
Yeah, I realized like after I said it, like I could have changed it to like what number would be you not needing counseling.
Yeah.
But I definitely like I kind of mix that up a little bit with like the scaling question. So
Yeah.
definitely something I can improve upon.
And then
Mhm.
with the scaling question as well, you going and asking her what would it take to go from a 5 to a 7. I feel
Hmm.
like going up by two numbers, that's a little bit drastic. So you could have gone to like what would it be like to get you to like that next level instead of
Hmm.
jumping two full levels.
Yeah.
But other than that, I feel like you did really good, and I've seen a lot of improvement.
Thank you. Bridget, do you have any feedback for me?
Yes, it's all good. Same. I'm gonna piggyback off of what Courtney was saying too. But I like one of my favorite things was is like when I opened up to you, you thanked me for being so open and vulnerable. Um, which made me feel super validated and super seen, which I liked. My own therapist does that, so like I like it made me feel really, really good. Um, but overall though, like I feel like all three of us have improved a lot, and like you, yeah, like you not stumbling over your words and questions and stuff, like you're doing really, really good. And I'm really excited to see all of us, go forward and to see what we become. So,
I agree. I think we've all like just like reflecting back since like the beginning of the semester, we've all really improved a lot. Um,
mhm.
I'm so happy and I'm so thankful that I have you guys to like grow with on my journey. So
Same.
you good. Mhm.